Hey guys, this is going to be a short video on the weathering process of an A-10 and some of the methods that I use to do this job. Hopefully that this is going to come out clear enough so you can see all the subtleties that go along with this. As you can see, the wing, I hope this comes out pretty clear. And before I get started on the processes that I used, what I did is I downloaded a whole bunch of pictures of A-10s from all over that have been through the battles, the different kind of weathering on them. Some are scaling, some are similar to this. I kind of picked a little bit of everything and kind of went at it. This is the LX twin 70mm. I'm sure all you guys have seen it. Banana Hobby carries it, other websites carry it, Toy Sonics, and anybody that can get their hand on it. LX makes some fantastic planes. Quickly, I just completed that one, which is the giant F4U. Just unbelievably scale plane for being foam, and I'm telling you that they just keep getting better. The electronics are good, and it's just a great thing for us that don't have all that time to build like the other guys do. So anyway, let me quickly go on while I'm showing you the plane. I use 4 different methods on this. One is I use the Tamiya weathering pastels. I also use dusting charcoal, rubbing charcoal, a little bit of alcohol wipes, and of course to finish I used some dull coat, which is a spray that you can buy. Testers makes it. All kinds of companies make it. Let's see if I can get a close-up here of this. As you can see, I'm somewhat of a rookie at using this camera. Let's see if I can get it to focus in here. Well, apparently not. I hope that's clear enough for you guys. I'll look at this video afterwards. Anyway, this particular plane really lends itself to having you go crazy on it as far as weathering or doing any kind of things like that because of the paint that's laid on it. It's a flat acrylic. That's what they use at the factory, and it just everything adheres to it that you do, including fingerprints. But when you want to go into the weathering part of the plane and you start using the charcoals and the pastels, it just comes off very good. And if you look at the stock picture of this plane, it has it's a two-tone plane. You can see the light and the dark gray there, and it just lends itself to really good weathering. What I would suggest is to get a whole bunch of pictures of A-10s and look at all the different weathering situations they're in, because I was amazed. I seen some that the paint was completely scaled or off the wings, some where there was tearing at the wing tips. This one here looked like it went through flak showers, and so I used the dusting charcoal, and I'm going to show you that real quickly here. Basically what you do is you take a charcoal stick and you sand it down into a paper plate so that you have a bunch of charcoal dust. And if you want to get this type of effect right here, if you can see that on my leading edge, I hope you can. What you do is you go over the leading edge and you dust. Actually, you could sand the stick right over the leading edge and just dust it all along. And then you take a big brush like this one, nice and soft, and you always go brush with the way obviously the wind would push the particles. And that's very important when you're weathering. Always make sure you go from front to back, because that's the natural route that any weathering is going to take on a plane. Also, to do the panel lines, which you can see here, you take charcoal, or you can take the Tamiya weathering pastels and darken the lines and then just rub them in, and they rub into the gray really well. And believe it or not, as ridiculous as this looks, once you start picking up pictures of A-10 on the internet that have been through the battles, you're going to be surprised to see this looks really, really close I'm no professional by any means, but this is the second or third plane I've actually put some extensive time in weathering, and it's come out pretty good. The first weathering plane I did was right there. I don't know if you can see any of the weathering on it though. That is the FMS F4U, another great plane. Just flies fantastic. But if you can see, I did exhaust weathering, I did gun weathering, I did weathering on top. I'm not going to bring it down now to show you. But anyway, I will leave a link on this video if you want a more detailed description and instructions on how to really get into weathering. Feel free to email me, and I will send out an email to you and kind of go through the instructions how we did it. Also, if you notice on the flaps, if you can see that in this video, it really came out just like they look in the pictures by using that dusting method. That's the aileron, there's the flaps, and I'm real happy how this came out. Haven't flown it yet. In fact, just getting the electronics together now on it. Again, it's twin 70 millimeters. I've seen guys fly this plane. It flies really well. It flies easy because of the wings. So there you go. Weathered A-10. All I got to do is get the electronics done, and she's ready to go. Thanks for watching.